Consistency day 24. Your difficulties expose your needs. Everything that's a challenge in life or is difficult in life is trying to teach us something. Maybe it's somewhere where we need to have more patience. Maybe it's something that is building our resilience. Maybe it is something that just is telling us we need to learn more or increase our skill set. But it's easier when we fight these head on versus trying to avoid them or not even acknowledge them. Tough things in life are best faced, head on, and we can learn so much from it if we let it teach us something. It can be in the gym. Maybe when you're squatting or something like that, you're getting knee pain or you're unable to hit depth. That could be showing us that our mobility is an issue, or that we're not stretching properly, that we have issues somewhere else like hip pain, lower back pain, and that can equal a lot of other things. Our posture needs to change, how we work at our jobs because we're so crunched over versus, sitting more in an ergonomic position, things like that. So that is showing us something. It could be if you're a business owner and you're not getting the type of audience or amount of customers you really want, that can expose a need on your marketing, that your marketing and your advertisement is not where you're really needing it to be in order to be prosperous to your business and bring in the right customers, the right audience. It could be in a relationship where you're having a lot of fights and misunderstandings, and it could be trying to teach you patience and understanding in order to keep those fights from happening, or you're actually listening to understand versus listening to just have an answer or a response. And the difficulty of you arguing every day and having tension in the relationship is trying to teach you that lesson. It can be in your finances. You're living paycheck to paycheck, or, you're having all these difficulties, and it's trying to teach you that you need to be more, steward your money better, or be better with budgeting and spending habits and things like that, and having that balance. If you're scared to ever speak up at work or speak in front of an audience or something like that, that anxiety can tell you that, hey, you need to do more public speaking, or you need to at least socialize more, even if it's just in a smaller setting. So your difficulties are there to show you like, hey, this is where you need to focus your attention or improve your skill set in these areas, or that a difficulty is happening in your life because you need to address another area. And so many times, we just complain and cry about our difficulties and boo-hoo, and, we don't ever really try to address it and fix it. And from my personal experience, I've never once had an issue or problem and then complained about it and then it automatically was solved. No. I had to acknowledge it. I had to face it head on. I had to figure out how to overcome that situation. I had to figure out how to get better and improve the situation. I had to figure out how to get better and improve myself in order to be better for that situation. There's so many things that we just have to, focus on and really put our attention there. But too many times we want to divert our attention away from it. We want to ignore it. We want to not look at our bank balance because we're scared, because we know there's going to be negatives, or there's going to be zeros, there's going to be in the red. I did that far too long. Versus like acknowledging, okay, I'm overspending, I'm doing too much shopping, or hey, I'm spending more on food than I want to. I'm door dashing too much. I'm got too many subscriptions to different streaming options, or hey, I haven't went to that gym in 2 years, but I'm still paying a gym membership for it. It is scary to acknowledge like, hey, I suck. You do suck, but you can always be better. I suck. I can always be better. And laugh it off and just acknowledge like, okay, I just need to improve. I just need to be more disciplined, and discipline equals freedom. When you can get disciplined, you can acknowledge, you can be consistent. That's what's going to equal your true freedom and being happy with your life and those types of things. In your relationship, do you truly spend the amount of time you need to with your significant other? Are you having, uninterrupted date nights? Do you have time away from the kids? Are you actually not just on social media liking people's posts you shouldn't be liking? Do you actually know what your significant other's likes and interests are more so than your favorite sports team or your favorite celebrity. Some people know more about their favorite athletes and celebrities than they do what their significant other even likes or enjoys truly. And when our focus and our intentions and our just all this stuff's on the wrong things, of course it's not going to produce fruit. Of course it's not going to produce thriving relationships. At work, what are you struggling with? Is it organization? Is it the actual skill set? Do you need more training? Do you need to have a conversation with your boss to figure out how to change your job description? Is it you just need to, hey, I just need to focus more. I need to set block periods where I'm only going to focus on my admin tasks because I get distracted. I start looking at my phone, or I work from home, so my kids are at home, or my dog wants to go out and it's distracting me. You just have to figure out, like, hey, these are the systems I'm going to set in place in order to be obedient and disciplined in these areas so that I can keep improving. Going back to health in the gym, like, if you're struggling to go with the gym, set a commitment, like, hey, I want to go to the gym 5 days a week, no matter what. And there's not going to be any excuses. There's not going to be, I'm too tired, I'm going to get pre-workout, or I'm going to drink coffee, or I'm going to go take a cold shower in order to get there and have energy. Or I don't feel good, well, I'm going to go and I don't feel like lifting weights. I'm going to at least get on the treadmill for an hour or 30 minutes. Like, what are you setting up so that you can never, fail? And there is ways to make things foolproof, but you have to have the discipline, and you have to actually focus and put attention on that task and set that plan in place. And if you need to get a coach, a mentor, a therapist, a peer partner, accountability partner, a parent, a significant other to hold you accountable and to help you do that, then so be it. Isn't it really worth it to be better? Everybody wants to be better. Everybody wants to make more money. Everybody wants to be more healthier. Everybody wants to be in love. Like, I've never met somebody that says, no, I just want to be broke. No, I don't want to have no money. I want to live, I want to be homeless. I want to get my car repossessed. I want to get evicted from my house. I've never seen somebody say, I never want to be in love. I want to be lonely and by myself the rest of my life. I never want to have thriving, happy relationships. I never want to have a soulmate. I've never seen somebody say, man, I just want to be out of shape. I want to be unhealthy. I want to barely be able to walk. I want to barely be able to walk up a flight of stairs. I want to, just put on, my goal is to put on an extra 100 pounds every year. You don't wish these things. Nobody wants these things, but why are our habits and our daily just what we're doing not aligned with that? And it's because it's hard, and it is hard. I'm not belittling or saying that it's not going to be hard, but everything in life that we have achieved or want or aim to have is going to be hard. There's nothing that's easy in life that is worth having. So why not go ahead and accept that? Accept it. The obstacle is the way. That is what you're going to have to do to overcome it or to go through it. And just come to terms with it. And when you come to terms with it, you just have to do it. It's like people that say, I want to move. I hate this house. And then they never move. They stay in that same house for years on years and years that they complain about. But as soon as something bad happens, they'll find another place right away. If there's, God forbid, a fire, you're going to find a new place to live. Or if you have some kind of like rodent problem or infestation of insects or something like that that is forcing you out, you're going to do it because you're forced out. But a lot of times we're just comfortable enough to stay where we are. We're just comfortable to stay at that job we hate so much. We're just comfortable to stay in that car that we complain about, that house that we complain about, that relationship that we complain about. Like, we're just comfortable enough to stay with our health issues and our health to not go to the gym. But when you truly become intolerant of your current circumstance or situation, that is when you will truly change. Whether you finally come to terms and do it yourself, or life forces you to do it. And life will eventually get you to your breaking point and get you to where you're forced out of your comfort zone. But it's going to always be way better to you acknowledge it and you're mentally like, okay, I'm ready to change, versus life comes and you get diagnosed with some kind of sickness or situation that you have to change your diet. You have to change how you approach your fitness and health. Or, like I said, that fire comes and now you're forced out of that housing situation that you complained about, versus you just up and said, you know what, I deserve more room in my house. I deserve a bigger yard. I deserve somewhere where my kids and my grandkids can play. I deserve a house that I love coming home to every day. I deserve a kitchen where I can actually cook big family meals, versus complaining about the 900 square foot house or apartment you got, or whatever it is, 600 square feet. You know, you deserve to, you know, have your finances in a situation where you can go on vacations that you want, that you can travel the United States or America, or you can travel the world if you're in a different country. You can come to America to visit, or you can go to Europe to visit, you can go to Africa to visit, you can go to Australia to visit, because your finances are in a place where it allows you to take vacations. So you don't just complain about a life, but you can have a life that your life is a vacation. Everything's fun and happy and upbeat because you are thriving physically, mentally, spiritually, financially, and relationally. And yeah, that's the goal that we all have. That's the dream that we all have. But how long are we going to let those just be goals? How long are we going to let those just be dreams? When are we going to actually do the things that it's going to take to accomplish it? Because it is possible. If you can dream it, you can believe it, or you've seen somebody else do it, you can do it. No one else is better than you. You just have to be disciplined. You have to be focused. You have to want it more than you say you want it, or that you think you want it. I hope this inspires you. I hope this uplifts you. I hope this motivates you to do better. And I wish you peace and blessings on the journey.